Please note that as of now, you can support the channel by becoming member using the join button under the video. Members can get access to special members-only badges, emojis, posts, polls, short videos and long-format videos. Thanks in advance. Now, let's play the video. Hello and welcome to another video about the man calling himself Topics of Religion. In the recent past, I've made an extensive video series trying to expose as much as possible of this man's buffoonery, hypocrisy, delusions and atrocities. The problem is that I can't give you the full picture because this guy produces new nonsensical videos every single day. So I have to limit myself to some of the highlights. For those of you not in the know, we're talking about a Christian apologist YouTuber who can't even make basic calculations.
But their channel is opened in 2010. That's a while. That's a while ago. 10 years ago.
Who continuously spreads totally clueless misinformation about scientific theories.
When I went to college and studied geology, they talked about the Big Bang. No mention of expansion because that word didn't even come up in science until maybe 5-6 years ago. Everybody's on expansion now. It was the Big Bang theory. And now they demolished that and they're going with the expansion theory. Then there never was a Big Bang. But he's trying to mix the two.
He has no clue how IQ scores and IQ averages work.
The average American person that takes the test gets between 70 and 90. That's average. I said I was scored above average. 70 to 90 is average, and I scored 110. When I took 4 intelligence tests, not online, I'm talking about like professional, I was just above average. Most people were between 50 and 70. Most people were between 50 and 70.
He very clearly doesn't understand many of the words that he is using in his own videos.
Straw man is when you're in a debate and you tear the other person down and belittle them and make them look like crap, which I do. I do straw man on occasion. I straw man big time when it comes to trolls. I will straw man a troll. 100% straw man. Could I offer you a binky, warm milk, and a tissue? Do you want your mommy to rub your belly? I mean, see, that type of thing. That's straw manning.
And there is much, much more that he talks about, yet he doesn't understand anything about it. Now, publicly stating so much nonsense while damaging science in the process, I think is a valid reason to publish critical reviews of this guy's videos, which is what I do. But the problem with this guy goes beyond him spreading misinformation. Much of his content contains hidden and even blatant hatred against entire demographics. He has hundreds of videos in which he calls atheists in general stupid liars, and worse.
Atheists don't see facts. They only see lies. They only spread lies. That's all you do. What a bunch of retards. Hey, retards now. You're retards. You're not just stupid. You're a retard.
He trashes billions of people who do not submit to his specific interpretation of the Bible. Atheists, Catholics, Muslims, he doesn't care.
Of course, the Bible was in the Middle East. What do they still do in the Middle East? They treat women like dogs. Muslims treat women like trash. I had a crackhead from the Allah group, a Muslim.
He craps on mental health patients, suggesting that they are possessed by demons.
When I worked in mental health, we came across people that were demonic. And even the atheist psychiatrists said they were demonic.
He displays a shocking disdain for women.
What is the woman's job? She supports her husband, and the woman was made to be his helpmate. A helpmate. All women like drama. They love drama. Let's not do the drama. Just take your clothes off.
And his remarks about a young Adolf Hitler are distasteful.
Stalin, Hitler. In his earlier days, he was a pretty cool guy. People who knew him said he was a decent fella, but he started getting warped to this last half of his life.
Just so you know, I'm not just mocking a guy here for being silly. This man is spreading misinformation about science and publicly degrades entire demographics, including women. This needs to be addressed. That is why I'm making these videos. Him being hilarious at times is just a bonus. If you want to have fun and binge watch how I expose the crap out of this idiot, then just click the playlist in the description below this video, or in the end screen of this video. Then you can watch the entire series of videos in which I show how hilariously stupid this guy is. For the past few weeks, Topics of Religion again has produced great amounts of hogwash, so it's about time that I made another video in which I will demonstrate in great detail that this man absolutely has a no-limits misunderstanding of about everything he talks about. So, let's do this.
So the problem that I had, one of the biggest problems I had when I studied science in a university in Oregon.
Well, as we all know, your biggest problem is that you have no clue what you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure you're going to demonstrate that in this video yet again.
The theory is just taking a bunch of hypotheses, educated guesses, and they keep doing experiments on it and testing on it, and they get the same result. That's a theory. Fine, I have no problem with theory. I have no problem with conjecture. I have no problem with guesswork, but do not call it absolute fact. I just don't want people to call theory fact, because theory is not fact. Fact is fact. Theory is theory. Two different things.
Yeah, so I know you watch my videos, and you know that I've explained to you multiple times what a scientific theory is. People in my comment section and in your own comment section have explained to you what a scientific theory is. You can Google it, you can read a book about it, you can watch videos of actual scientists who explain it to you, and there are AI tools that can give you a pretty decent explanation about it. I mean, at this point, you really have no excuse for still not understanding what a scientific theory is. It's not conjecture, it's not educated guesses, it's not a set of hypotheses. This has been explained to you so many times, and you even claim to have studied at university. This really is the very basic material that everyone who ever studied at any university is supposed to understand, but still you don't get it. I will say it one more time. In science, the word theory has got little to nothing to do with the everyday meaning of the word theory. In science, a theory is an explanation of facts. Facts that have been observed, measured, detected, and tested repeatedly using the scientific method and scrutinized through peer review. A scientific theory is the best possible explanation we have for the facts that we observe. Whenever scientific theories are subject to change, the changes almost never concern the facts that the theory was based upon. Usually, when a scientific theory is subject to change, there are additional explanations for the facts that we observe. Like with the theory of evolution. The theory of evolution is an explanation for the fact of evolution. Darwin laid the groundwork for that scientific theory. His explanation for the fact of evolution was natural selection. Later on, evolutionary biologists and other scientists added more explanations to those facts, like genetic mutations. The fact of evolution, however, remained the same. I don't know why I'm still explaining to you the basics of what a scientific theory is. You really should start doing your own homework and stop spreading nonsense and misinformation about science. It is, however, funny to see how you have no clue what you're talking about, so maybe show that one more time.
So then, theory is just a group of hypotheses where you are educatedly saying,
yes, science is very educatedly.
My professors told me and I had a problem with it, and I challenged them on it, and I got them stumped every time.
No, you cheesecake for brains, you didn't stump anyone at any point. If you told them the same as what you're telling in this video, they understood that there is no point in talking to you.
A while back I did a video, probably 6 months ago, maybe a little bit less, about earthquakes being in correlation with Scripture.
Wait, what? You're going back to earthquakes now? So even after you humiliated yourself by saying that Russia, Turkey and Indonesia are not common places for earthquakes.
And we see it in Russia. Russia is not real common place to have earthquakes.
Peru, Turkey's not real common. Indonesia's somewhat.
even after you humiliated yourself by saying that the number of eclipses is increasing.
More red moons, more eclipses.
While the number of eclipses, of course, is not increasing and it can be predicted thousands of years in advance, it never changes. And even after you humiliated yourself by saying that people should do their research on astrological sites.
That's because you need to actually go in and do some research. You need to go to astrological sites, scientific sites.
Are you really sure you want to double down on this? All right then, let's see what you've got today.
Now, I got a lot of feedback from that because, of course, the atheists went nuts.
No, we just had a great time listening to your utter buffoonery.
I've been looking at USGS on the handy-dandy internet. According to long-term records since about 1900, we expect about 16 major earthquakes in any given year.
Ah, your usual tactic. You will ignore all your previous blunders and then you start reading some text from a screen as if that proves that you know what you're talking about. No worries, you will expose yourself as an idiot within a matter of seconds.
When you specifically look up, are earthquakes increasing? You don't get the exact answer you're looking for.
Yes, you do get the answer you're looking for. There is no evidence that earthquakes are occurring more frequently. Just listen to yourself.
The Comcat Earthquake Catalog contains an increasing number of earthquakes in recent years.
For a moment you thought you were right, didn't you?
The Comcat Earthquake Catalog contains an increasing number of earthquakes in recent years. Not because there are more earthquakes, though.
Oh boy, that was the shortest victory in YouTube history.
But because there are more seismic instruments, and they are able to record more earthquakes.
So, that is solved, then. There is no evidence to suggest an increasing number of earthquakes, not even according to your own sources.
So, is it fully saying that there is not an increase? Not necessarily. Is it fully saying the other way? Not necessarily. It's inconclusive from what I've seen.
No, this is just where your dishonesty wins from your stupidity. You can't handle being wrong, probably because it happens all the time. There is no evidence that the number of earthquakes is increasing. You just quoted it yourself from USGS. So is there any other dumb thing you want to say?
We're seeing more in China.
Wait, more earthquakes in China? Please continue, this might be hilarious.
We're seeing more in China. Now, when I studied geology at Southern Oregon University, they didn't talk about anything going on in China. So those are new areas.
Wait, what? China? A new area for earthquakes? You are such a spinach burger for brains. Boy. How can you keep boasting about having studied geology at university? You obviously didn't pay any attention. China is not a new area for earthquakes. China is one of the longest and deadliest earthquake histories in the world, recorded over more than 3,000 years. Look, here's a list of the 20 strongest earthquakes in China during the 20th century alone. All of the earthquakes on this list are over a magnitude 7. Most of those earthquakes were already known, and 3 of them actually took place while you were supposedly studying geology. How can you be so uninformed about the topic that you claim to have studied? It's unbelievable.
A Big Bang? Big Bangs, if you know anything about a big boom, an explosion, talk to a bomb technician. It has to be ignited. What ignited it?
Sweet mother of Gandalf, you can't make this up. No, you pineapple mocha yogurt for brains. This has been explained to you multiple times. The Big Bang was not an ignition. An ignition is starting a fire or a combustion. That's a chemical reaction. The start of the Big Bang was not a chemical reaction. There weren't even chemicals to begin with. Ignition is a totally different principle from the expansion of the universe. You got to be kidding.
But anyway, I got a YouTube creator email from YouTube. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this YouTube message to me to congratulate me on how many views I've had in such a short period of time. 100,000 views! Amazing! You hit a new personal record last month.
No, you salmon, lettuce, radish, cucumber sandwich for brains. You now even demonstrate you have no clue about how YouTube works. YouTube is not congratulating you on reaching so many views in such a short amount of time. YouTube sends these messages regardless of how quickly or slowly they reach 100,000 views. I've had these messages for 10,000, 100,000 and a million views, and they never mention the time frame. So receiving such a message from YouTube is totally not an indicator of any success, and 100,000 views or 200,000 views is totally not impressive, especially not if you have to upload 1,000 videos to reach that milestone like you did. I think we can call it a day now. Today you've demonstrated to not understand how science, earthquakes, the Big Bang and YouTube work. It was a lot of fun though, so thanks for watching.